Okay, I was talking to his sister here on YouTube, and we were talking about um, what's going on with her in college. And she says that there's too many black men who are trying to be Joe Cool, trying to be Mr. Cool, and that's been a big problem. Right? That's why I still laugh when people talk about, the educated dudes, they're corny and they're lame. I'm like, I wish they were more like that, okay? Especially the younger generation. A lot of them are Joe Cool. Like, I have a lot of younger cousins who are in school, and, every week we're having some Facebook conversation or, texting each other on something. Oh, man, you need to settle down, man. You need to study more, this, that, and the third, right? But they're just doing well, trying to be Joe Cool with the ladies, but it's hurting them academically. So her question to me was, why is that going on? And at the end of the day, it's going on because y'all responding to it. It's as simple as that. Okay? I went to my school, had a decent amount of Hispanics, but you never saw the dudes trying to act choloed out because the women weren't responding to it. It was cool to be, smart. Yeah, they had a little bit of that edge, but it was cool to be smart. It was cool to be responsible. It wasn't a big deal, right? But if they wanted to be Joe Cool, they wanted to be Mr. Tough Guy, the women wouldn't respond to it. I had a hallmate my freshman year who came from L.A., okay? Because we had a lot of black people from the LA area, and we had a lot of Hispanic people from the LA area, all from one high school as well. And I had a lot, I knew a lot, and there was one on my hall, and he was, I don't want to say choloed out, but he kind of had that gangbanger sort of mentality. I'm smart, but, I'm too cool for you to know it. And he went through with his first half of his freshman year like that. But once he started to get out and get involved and he saw what the women were checking for, he changed up. He was dressing differently, he was talking differently. He had to get refined because the women weren't responding to it. It's as simple as that. But then I've seen, Mr. Joe Cool, who's a black guy, a young black boy, he's still getting attention. The women are still checking for it. Right? So it's still being, that's what I'm looking for. Accepted. There's no way around it. Okay? And a lot of these dudes are fronting. I'll be the first one to admit it. A lot of these dudes is faking. You grew up with your mom and dad. Why are you trying to act like you tough? I know where you grew up. I know where you went to school at. Why are you trying to act a certain way? And at the end of the day, the women are responding to it. And it's unfortunate because it puts them in a position where it's just like, do I grow as a man and, become more refined and articulate, or do I, stay in this young boy sort of, hip-hop deviant sort of state of being so that, I can get a couple of girls here and there, right? And this is what I actually tell, the younger dudes that I come in contact with who are still in school. Like, you have to choose, my friend. Ain't nobody saying it's going to be easy, but are you trying to grow as the young professional black man that you need to be? Or are you trying to stay in this mode simply because the women are responding to it? Because they will switch up. They will switch up. Right? Chicks that weren't necessarily, talking to me my earlier days in college, we're buddy. Oh, let's do lunch. Oh, what's going on? Oh, let's, especially if you're, a lot of us are on the same campus, different programs. Oh, when are you going to be on campus? Let's hang out. Let's get coffee. But before, I was invisible to you. But a lot of brothers don't see that. But at the end of the day, a lot of y'all are supporting it. When I say that black men need to stop impressing black women, I don't necessarily say that to say that, black men just need to abandon black women. But literally, if I could have it my way, I would say, don't try to impress any sort of black girl, because they're going to make a serious 180. It is what it is. And the women can hate it, but it's to their benefit. If I could take black men away and raise them on an island and then bring them back when y'all are older, I would do it. Right? Especially when we get into the whole, everybody likes a bad boy. Bullshit. Okay, going on a college campus, I'll tell you one thing. The Asian dude who's a bad boy is the dude who smokes in front of the gym, in front of his Audi. That's the bad boy. He's still in school. He still gets financial aid. Right? Or it's the Indian guy who smokes marijuana after his bio midterm. That's cool. That's the bad boy. These are actual real people. I'm just not putting their names out there. These are real people. Right? That's the bad boy. But for a lot of black women, the bad boy is literally the dude who's borderline in and out of prison, or who's, not necessarily being productive. Right? So it's extreme. Right? You can be a white boy and still be bad and, be on track to being successful. Right? But in terms of black males, to be a bad boy, it's literally on some like, yo, it's either you're going to be professional and ensure your future or be the bad boy. Right? And I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm just saying it's what's going on. So, yeah, you may not be checking for it. You're looking for the dudes who play their position, know who they are. Young, smart, articulate men, and I appreciate that out of you. We need more of you. But there's a lot of you, probably some of your friends. The same men that you don't like, I can almost guarantee you some of your friends don't mind, talking to or prefer. It is what it is. And also, not even to, place too much blame on black women, a lot of black men who get on college campuses and they want to be the bad boy. Why? Because there's a market not just for black women, but non-blacks as well. Okay, for the white girl, the Asian girl, the Indian girl who was told, you stay away from those black boys. Well, guess what? Mommy and daddy aren't there anymore, so they can't, be there to shake their finger at Rebecca, who's dating the guy who's wearing the do-rag or the Yankee fitted. Right? So a lot of black dudes play that position. Seen it happen. They want to be not just the bad boy for black women, but for the bad boy for everybody. Right? Because for the most part, a lot of the women in college are the, sheltered sort of girl who mommy and daddy said, no, you can't go out. No, you can't talk to this person. No, you can't do that. So they're there and they're like, oh, I want to rebel. Who's there to rebel with? Oh, there goes the black guy with the do-rag and the Yankee fitted. Hey, what's going on? So you have too many black men who fall into that category. So if I could do it again, or if I could, restate what I said before, I would, take black men off to an island and not have them impress anybody. Okay? You just study your bio book or your math book, all right? You just do that. Right? Because being the whole bad boy, being the dude with the edge, doesn't work for black men. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I hate to say it, but it just doesn't work for us because our edge is too extreme. Literally, it's too extreme. We can't do both. It's hard to be the bad boy and be productive. It just doesn't work because the women want to go too hard. With that being said, like I said, I don't necessarily blame you, but I want to add as well, it's unfair, right? Because black men don't support the whole bad boy version of the black woman. That whole Keisha Cole, bad girl, attitudinal, ride or die chick. That's the part that's most upsetting. The women want that out of black men, but we as black men don't want that out of you guys. So we're not even supporting that behavior. That's the most fucked up part. Okay? Y'all learning that from other black women. Talk to a lot of black men, even the dudes who are hood. What are they looking for? They want the cute chick, but the middle class girl who talks, who's polite, who's respectful. That's what a lot of dudes is looking for. We're not checking for the Keisha Coles of the world. We're not checking for the hood girls. We're checking for the middle class girls, who other black girls say are whitewashed. Because that whole hood component, that whole combativeness isn't attractive, right? So, from a dude standpoint, it is upsetting from the black male's point of view because y'all want us to be the super duper bad boy to the point where it's detrimental to our own productivity. But when it's flipped around, we're not asking you to be that way. We're asking you to not be that way. We're asking you to move away from the ghetto. I'm Keisha Cole, I'm Monica, I'm going to be this refined hood chick, but I still have that ghetto in me. We don't want that. Okay? We want that whole, I don't want to say docile, but that, well-spoken, non-attitudinal, black girl as if she grew up in the Cosby family. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the Ashley Banks from Fresh Prince. We're looking for that sort of girl. Okay? So, like I said, it's a real sticky situation, but I know, it's not you, but for the most part, in closing, a lot of dudes are still trying to be Joe Cool because the women are still responding to it on a college campus. And you have dudes who are fronting and they're faking to their own detriment. Okay? Because the women will pull a 180 and want something completely different. And on the flip side, it's not the same. We're not asking black women to walk that edge, to walk that line. We want you to move away from that whole hood BET culture, even that ebony essence sort of black woman engine. We want you guys to be further removed from that. Okay, we're not asking you to be Keisha Cole by night, but Miss Professional by day. We want you Miss Professional by day. We want you refined 24/7. So y'all take it easy. Tell me how you feel. God bless.